Hello, everybody, and welcome back to DND404. I am your DM, Tony, and joined with me today are the other file types in my folder. Gentlemen, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourselves, starting with the beep bop, boop beep bop, Jared.
Armos checking in. Your, friendly warlock, not so friendly sometimes, but PNG. I'm a PNG, definitely. Good old images. Small file size. What about Dan over there?
Hi, I'm Dan. I play Minas Pebble Walker, tiny little Swarmkeeper Ranger. Minotaur is my race, and I am the GIF in this folder.
What? Okay.
You got it right. He said it right. He said it right.
I
pronounced it GIF. Deal with it.
Yeah, he means GIF, dude.
No, he means
Get the
GIF.
fuck. I don't care what he
Jiffy
really
Mom's
means.
choose Jif peanut butter. Okay? It's the name of it. That's the reason behind it. It's Jif.
All right.
Regardless of the debate, that's how I've always said it from the start.
So can I introduce myself? You guys can keep talking.
Yeah, go for
Go
it.
ahead.
Yeah, sorry.
I am Alec. I play Drell the Ashborn, and I'm the good old .txt. You know what I'm saying? Text files. What's up?
Love that.
Straight to the fucking point.
Ooh. Nice. And I'm the DM, and I'm the chaotic FLV file. How you doing? I'm here to fuck everything up because you realize you recorded in the wrong media format. How you doing, Tony? Oh, man. How many nights I've lost to the fucking FLV file because you can't convert it to any fucking stuff. It's a whole fucking thing. But how's everybody doing? You guys ready for session 35, boyos?
Yeah,
I think
never
I'm ready.
been more ready for anything in my
Yeah, I
life.
want to see what the hell happened.
Ooh.
So if you could just give us a rundown, that'd be great.
So, yeah, I'm going to do the rundown this week. And
Oh, with the recap.
Well, you will do the recap. But you know the deal, before we do the recap, we got to do the rundown. This week, I want to talk about Instagram. Follow us at DNDPod404 as we are going to start posting more. A little glimpse into the lives beyond the pod. That's DNDPod404 on the Insta. The links are also down below. And I also want to shout out one more thing. That's right. By the time, believe it or not, by the time this episode drops, Melody will be 1 year old. Her birthday's on June 25th. Yeah, I know. Would you believe it?
Wow.
I kept a
Claps.
little human being alive for a full rotation.
Goodness.
Crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
She needs to update her character sheet.
Yeah, she's about to level up. And
Level 2.
of course, with the immaculate help and amazing help of the lady DM, of course. But yeah, Melody, if you're listening to this many years into the future, happy birthday. I love you. And I hope to run some D&D adventures with you. Well, when you can read, of course. Let's get into the recap. In our last session, the party take to the burning streets of Dillmoor. The night sky is filled with smoke and ember. Eaten corpses fill the roads, and zombies flood the streets. The heroes head straight into the knots as deep roars of an undead ogre echo into the night. There, in the knots, Red Guard members, along with their captain Treyas, are surrounded by an undead horde facing down an undead ogre. But wait, betrayal? As Drell rushes into the fight to fight the ogre, Armos's greed takes over and attacks Minas for blood shards. After some friendly conflict, Treyas slays the beast. Drell slaps some sense into Armos, and in a last-ditch effort, Armos absorbs the perfect blood shard into his tome. With a massive shockwave that overtakes the city on the gem's destruction, all of the undead drop to the floor. But it's not over. A black smog figure rises from the remains of the blood shard, staring down our heroes. Bard, play that intro and get on with the show. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to the world of Humbrea, featuring 3 first-time adventurers and 1 very patient DM. This is D&D 404. You are still in the knots within the city of Dillmoor. The city is currently burning down. When Armos absorbed the blood shard, the perfect blood shard, into his tome, a massive shockwave erupted from its destruction. Now, this shockwave put out most of the fires, but the city is still in pretty bad shape. But all the undead have dropped, and none of them are getting back up. They look dead. When you guys come to, there is this floating in front of you. There's this large, smoky black figure hovering and floating in the middle of the air from where the gem was destroyed. Almost, you're like right under it. Drell and Minas are actually on a roof when they were trying to escape. Treyas was climbing up a grappling hook, and then Armos did this cool running baseball slide because Minas horrifically whiffed the gem toss to Armos, and Armos had to go run towards a horde of zombies and risk his life to try to destroy the gem, which he did. But out rose this blackish, smoggish, smoky-ish figure. Okay. Almost, when you destroyed the gem for a second, so much power surged into the gem that everyone around you saw a alternate form of you. Minas and Drell also saw this form for but a second. You grew a second tail. You were slightly larger. You had these deer-like horns that just antlered out. They saw the flames cracked and surging through your body. Reginald even looked different, as his fur was pure white, as an after image of his truer form glimpsed for a moment as well. You weren't knocked out, you were knocked down by the force, but you have this crazy surging power through you that's coming straight from the tome. You can add +4 D4 to all attacks for the time being. This large, black, smoggish figure erupts out, begins to float down the floor level, and as it floats down, it becomes a little bit smaller to human size. Its eyes are sunken in, does not look human. The only humanoid characteristic is that it has 2 arms and it has somewhat of a human face, but it does not keep a consistent face. It's just, its facial features are just like moving, where you can see like a mouth, empty eye sockets, and like maybe some elvish ears, some pointish type ears, but everything looks like a humanoid cloud. Treyas is on the grappling hook that he was climbing up, and as he sees this smokish figure appear, he goes in disbelief and slides back down to the floor. Drell and Minas, you have no idea what this thing is. Armos, you might know what this is like, given your colorful past. I want you to go ahead and roll me a history check with advantage.
+5 to history. So I got a 1, my first one. And then I got a 13.
This thing looks familiar to you. With a 13, you know that this is a being created out of being cursed. You know the smokish figure as an Alip. What Alips are, they are created in many different ways. When alive, they were cursed with knowing such knowledge that drives them mad. And upon dying, they turn into one of these creatures. You can probably guess that, given the fact that the gem was connected to Yuri, and that you destroyed the gem, and that he was bounded to the gem, that this is probably Yuri's soul in a tormented form that you just released out into the world. Fellas, go ahead and roll initiative for me.
Oh no. Oh god.
Dirty 20.
Ooh.
11.
9.
We are now in combat as sounds of horrific shrieks emanate from this ghostly being, as you guys kind of clench your ears to try to block out the shrieks. Drell, up in the rooftops next to Minas, what are you doing?
Oh, I am holding my action. End of turn. No, I'm kidding. Can I do like a perception check to see like if he's looking like aggro towards Armos, or like I guess what is the mental state of this thing?
You know that feeling you get when you see a building on fire and you're like, that's not right. It's kind of like that.
Very
except
unsettling.
It's a big ghost thing.
Okay, so I think I actually am gonna, like, all jokes aside, I am gonna hold my action. I kind of just want to see like what's gonna happen.
Okay, so you're gonna go ahead and hold your action. We're gonna go down to initiative 20, which is Treyas and this thing. Treyas is gonna go first. As Treyas hits the floor, sliding down in disbelief, he looks at the figure, and from his facial expression, you can kind of guess that he knows what this thing is, but he can't believe he's looking at it. And you see him grip his sword as the sword begins to glow in holy radiant energy. He's going to cast Bless.
Yo, say less.
So Treyas grips his sword, it glows with this radiant energy, and he thrusts it up into the air like He-Man, like I have the power. Up to 3 creatures, which is you 3. So whenever you make an attack roll, or you need to make a saving throw, you get to add a D4 onto that. It's gonna go to this Smog.
Pronounced Smaug.
Schmaug. Schmaug. This
Yeah.
beast looks around with its empty eyes and blank expression, but its mouth looks like it's forever screaming, and it becomes wider and wider. Almost, you see the depression in his mouth sink deep as it looks like he's about to scream. I need everyone to make me a wisdom saving throw with DC 14. As this thing
Wisdom.
shrieks and yells in tongues and in a language you cannot understand.
Passed.
I passed as well.
So I get to add 4 to this, right?
Well,
Or
a
a
D4.
a D4. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, Dan rule sharking again. Fucking shocker.
You said it as I said it, bitch.
14.
14?
That's a 4
Nice.
on my D4.
This thing is speaking in tongues like as it's sounding so loud that the undead bodies are like rumbling away from it a little bit. You guys all pass.
I mean, Drill did listen to heavy metal as a kid, so he's pretty much used to that.
So everyone passes. As you guys listening to this madness, you guys, Minas and Drell, you guys realize that as you break free from whatever he's trying to say to you, you are clenching your weapon, and you felt like if you didn't snap to, you were going to do something with the weapon out of your control. We're going to move to initiative 11. Armos.
Well, I'm assuming I was like still either kneeling or dealing with the thing, so I like sit upright with my fully invigorated from the soul stone, stand up straight, and then hit him with some Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a hit.
So I cast Eldritch Blast and I rolled a 30.
What the fudge sickle?
So I think I hit him, and so then from there, I cast my first. This is my first damage, so it's a. Okay, so first I crit, obviously, on my hit.
Oh yeah, baby.
So I rolled for damage, and it came out to 11. But then I have to do the +4s. Ready, and blah. Blah. So my first Eldritch Blast goes, crits, and hits for 35 damage. Okay, so I'm gonna roll this again. Oh, and guess what? We're on the other side. I rolled a nat 1. Look at that.
No.
Well, you know, you can't win them all. You can't win them all. Yeah, this next one's gonna be easy. I mispronounced or misfingered a way of casting my spells that it goes bleh and just falls straight to the ground. Just kind of like a big old thing of jello just hits the ground, and I just sit there and look at it.
You go ahead and go. Anyway, so I started blasting, and one blast hits him right in his jaw as a hole where smoke was. Just this blast goes right through him, leaving a crater of a hole in his smokish body as his mad babbling stops, and he goes.
Quite honestly, it sounds about the same to me, but yeah, I think I hit it. I did a good thing. Woo!
Proud of you, buddy.
We're gonna go ahead and move to initiative 9. Minas.
All right, let's do this, Sid. And I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire on this smoke thing. It has to do a DC 13 Dexterity saving throw or be covered in light.
You got a nat 1. This thing gets illuminated. Cid goes and begins to glow the color of your choice.
Oh, it's this one is definitely red.
As Cid's core of energy starts to glow red, his inner essence glows red. It becomes, it pops out, and this ghostly figure is now illuminated in all red. Menace, was that a bonus action or your main action?
Spell's main action.
Okay.
That'd be my last spell, by the way. As I jump over to the next roof next to me to get a little further away from this thing.
Moving to initiative 1, Drell, go ahead and take your held action.
Okay, so I am just gonna use it as movement. So I'm gonna hop off the roof. I'm gonna slide down the rope so I don't take any fall damage. And then I'm gonna try to move myself to the other side of the back side of the beast. Since he's like facing Armos.
Absolutely. As you run and slide down the rope, go ahead and make me an athletics check.
That's a 26.
Hey, you run and you slide down that rope with ease as you roll into action and get and flank up on this ghost creature. You are now standing behind it.
And then I'm gonna bonus action go into my final rage. So yeah, that is my held action.
Yo, he went down that rope so nicely that there's a guy on his last breath. He sees it and it just gives him a thumbs up.
No rope burn on the hands either when I slid down.
Atreus is next to the rope, holding his sword as he's blessing everybody. He goes, blessings on blessings, stars upon stars, illuminating that. That was pretty cool. Like as he sees you slide down.
I've been practicing. It's all in the glutes, really. You just gotta clench the rope with your butt.
Miss writes that down in his notebook. Oh, with the butt. Oh.
I gotta get myself a couple of glute machines in the Red Guard Guild gym. Interesting.
Yeah, you don't even really need machines. It's all calisthenics.
Really, it's just it's all squats.
Yeah.
And the rope just
Actually,
slides.
see, that's the thing is people think it's in the squats. But it's actually in the lunges. You just got to get it in.
Drell, hit the damn thing.
Oh, okay.
So the rope just slides between the glutes. Okay, Muna, we're gonna go to initiative 20.
Yeah, so like I was saying, oh shit, okay. And then I'll activate I'm gonna activate my axe for the final time today, Marmalade, and then I'm just gonna be like, hey, fuckface, and then I'm just gonna try to just attack the shadowy figure as it's like looking at Armos. Okay, thank you for the fairy fire.
True.
That's God, dude, I rolled like ass. That's a 14 to hit.
That hits. Roll for damage, my friend.
Thank Jesus. That is 21 damage.
Ooh, you slash through this shadowy figure in like a cool Shoryuken uppercut as you slice this ghost in half. As you slice this ghost in half with your icy axe, it goes. The smoke, the smog, does not reform, but still moves as if the smoke was connected. It's gonna move down to initiative 18. Atreus goes ahead and takes a charge action as he slides his radiant sword on the ground and goes to make an attack. Oh my god, he got a nat 20. Wow. Atreus runs towards the smoky beast, sliding his great sword that is illuminating this radiant energy as he slices in an uppercut type fashion as he now splits into 4, dealing 31 damage. A moment of silence passes as Atreus slices his holy blade. You take a moment and it's like, wow, you're really here right now because of how quiet it is. And this thing shrieks like nothing you've ever heard in your entire life. Everyone make me another wisdom saving throw with a DC 14.
Easy. I don't think a D4 is going to help me there.
Same.
I'm gonna use my inspiration die to re-roll this wisdom saving throw. That's a 19.
Armos, Minas, and Atreus all take 13 points of psychic damage as this shriek, this howling babble echoes through your mind, reverberating inside of your skull. You are stunned until the end of your next turn. Drell, you take half that. It is going to move into Armos and stop on his space, essentially, as Armos is now inside this black smog.
It's not my first
As it
time.
stops and begin, as it stops and the babbling continues, you take 2 points of damage. You feel this crushing feeling as it.
And this is what Drell must have felt like in that bush.
Okay, it was way bigger than a fucking bush.
We're gonna move to initiative 11, which is Armos. Armos, you are stunned.
So I'm stunned. I can't move. I don't have an action, but I can talk in whispers, right?
Oh wait, do I have to roll a Constitution check to hold my spell?
Oh, yeah, because you are stunned.
Oh.
Wait. It doesn't say anything about it, so you can go ahead and make a Constitution. It doesn't say it stops it,
Okay.
but because you took psychic damage, go ahead and you failed the saving throw. Go ahead and make me a Constitution check to see if you would maintain the fairy fire.
So the 7, so I need a 3 or a 4. It's 50-50 shot on this bless. That's a 1.
The
Oh.
fairy fire drops as he just returns to this normal, cool black smoke, and not this cool this red and black smoke. Now it's just normal.
Oh no.
He doesn't have the Shadow the Hedgehog filter on anymore. We're gonna move to initiative 9, which is Menace, who is also unfortunately done.
Okay, that's my turn.
Okay. Moving back to initiative 20.
Can I use my action to help like smack Armos out of it? Just I want to use it as like a help action to try to help
No,
him
he's
get-
out.
He's out. It only lasts
next
for one turn.
So.
Oh, okay. Then I'll just go ahead and I'll attack the smoke. That's a dirty 20.
That hits. Roll for damage.
Yeah. Sick. No whammies. That's 12 damage.
You go ahead and you slice your axe as you're just chopping more away. And the more you slash at him, more of these pieces come off him, but they're never bounding together. But you can kind of see in its face now that the more you're hitting him, the more emotion goes to his face, where like features start to blend back in to this ghostly face. As you can start to see facial reactions to the attacks. You can see his pupils. You can see ears forming, and his ears are very sharp, kind of like a half elf. As you finish your attack, you see his mouth whimpering. So it's going to move to initiative 18. Treyas is stunned, so he's going to go ahead and move on his next initiative. The ghost is going to go, and since he's still in Armos, you're going to go ahead and take another 2 points of damage as the force is crushing in on you. It is present, and he's gonna go and slash at Drell with his ghostly clawish hand. That is a 14. This thing goes to slash at you, and it just misses your head. And as it's going past your head, you hear whispers just emanating from its arm. You can't make out any words, but you feel yourself wincing at the sound of these maddening whispers.
And then as I wince, I try to riposte and swing again and try to slice him uppercut with my axe. Oh, that's a 26.
Roll for damage.
That's 15 more damage.
Drell, execute him.
Yeah, dude. So I think like as you said, like I hear like the whispers and it kind of like winces, like it's kind of like not fearful, but I guess Drell doesn't really know what it is, so he's kind of like not freaking out, but he's like caught off guard by it. He kind of just grips his axe a little bit tighter, and I just swing from the bottom of the ghost all the way up through like the head of the ghost, like out through the cloud of the smoke.
As you uppercut with this axe, the second your blade reaches and exit wounds across his head, there is a blinding light that emanates from its body, and another shockwave goes out. Everyone make me a dexterity saving throw to maintain in your balance.
That would be a 19 for me.
14.
Question. Since, I was prepared with this by attacking him, do I get advantage on this?
No.
Fuck. Then I fail. It's a 5.
As you slice through, this blinding light shines through, and it lets out another shockwave, similar to the one where he appeared. Drell, as you slice through, you get knocked on your ass as you just caught off guard, as you know for a fact that you just eviscerated this ghost, and then you get knocked forward. Armos, Minis, you guys stay on your feet, as well as Treyas.
And you hear Drell kind of just under his breath say, "It's because I wasn't clenching the glutes." And then he falls over.
And we don't see this thing anymore?
As you put your hands up to shield your eyes from the blinding light, the smog creature is gone. However, there is another being standing before you. In a place where this ghost was slain is a translucent image of a changeling. Looks similar to Groff, but it is by no means threatening. Doesn't look like it has any intentions to be aggressive. The ghostly image that stands before you is somewhat calming. And Armos, as you look at this changeling, you know that whatever curse was bound to it is now freed. The being is standing before you, and its eyes are closed, and he opens them. And Armos, as you looking at this changeling, you feel a familiar presence.
Who are you? What is your name? How do I know you?
So Minis, you're still on top of the rooftop. Are you joining the crew?
I mean, yeah, he kind of shakes himself off, is doesn't see the smoke thing anymore after being stunned, is oh, did we, Drell, did we do it? Did you take care of it?
Yeah, I mean, don't I always take care of it? By the way, how many points is that?
Oh my God.
I'll go through my notes later. Now's not the time.
Yeah, by the way, Armos taking all those zombies doesn't really count. Okay,
Hashtag Armos is winning.
Yeah.
Drell, you get up and focus on this being that stands before you. And without a doubt, the three of you can confirm that this is a ghost or maybe a passing soul, as you just free this being from its curse. The ghost of this changeling opens its eyes, and it kind of looks like Groff, but not as tall, not as bulky. And it looks at the people around it, surrounding him, and then looks at Armos. Goes and speaks in, although he looks young, like his facial features look young, kind of has an old tone to his voice. He goes, "Almost. It really been some time, hasn't it? I thought you died."
What do you mean? Died from where?
All those years ago. I didn't think I'd see you standing before me today.
Who are you?
Oh, what happened to you, Armos? It's your old friend Yuri. And he smile turns a bit devious.
Yuri? I don't recall.
Treya stands up and goes, "Vluj?" And he looks over, gives Treya a side eye and smiles more, and he goes, "Ah, Treyas. Looks like you've won this day." So Armos, he looks at you, and then he looks at Reginald on your shoulder. Reginald goes, "Whoa, whoa, whoa." As he wasn't expecting to be looked at right in the eyes, and he goes, and Yuri goes, "I see the ritual worked somewhat. How curious."
I take Reginald and I put him under my arm and kind of protect him with the other hand.
Let me see. He's trying to get around your hand to look at it. He's "Why can this guy see me? How can he see me?" "I have to thank you, Almos.
For what?
Although I crave the power sought through the gem, you've finally freed me. Now I can be with my true savior. Our true savior.
What? Who? Who is that?
Oh, you know who it is.
No, I don't. Tell me. I need answers.
I don't know who it is. You could tell me. It's like walks over.
Drell grips his axe really tight based on what this guy's about to say.
I use magic hand and cover up Menace's mouth so that I can get as much information out of this person as I can without getting interrupted. Yuri, who are you? How do you know me?
Does Thalor ring a bell? You have this quick vision of the city of Thalor, where today is known as Thalor's Crater, but you also get the vision. You remember yourself in the city of Thalor, where you were meeting a bunch of hooded figures, and you remember holding a bag of blood shards. This is way before Reginald. This is way before the botched ritual. Right before you met Reginald. And you're walking with and you remember walking through alleyways in a hood with a group of people holding a bag of blood shards with the intention of doing the ritual when you met Reginald. And that vision expands a little bit more, and you look up and you see Yuri in another hood next to you, just a few feet ahead of you as you're walking in a group. And you remember that you were with him. You get this feeling of an alliance, a friendship, maybe a partnership in that moment. And then you come through and you look at him. He says, as he starts to laugh and his grin becomes a little more devious, and he goes, "Answer me this, Almost. After all this time, after all the betrayal, to me, to the cause, to our Savior, did you at least succeed in your goal?"
What was my goal?
He laughs and he goes, "So I guess you didn't get to save her." He disappears as his corporeal form eviscerates and ascends.
I quickly run over to wherever it was and start looking around frantically like, damn it! We were about to get all the answers!
The presence, the energy, the entity that you felt is completely gone and removed. Treyas is standing there. He goes, "Guess even evil spirits have some good to them? As we truly passed on, I think we did him a favor."
Menace whispers to Drell, "Hey, I can't tell if Armos is good or not."
Yeah, I don't think Drell looks at Trace and he's like, "What made you think that guy's good based off what he just said?"
So, what we just fought, was a cursed soul, and by defeating it, we've essentially set it free.
But just because the soul is set free doesn't mean the person or the soul itself was good. It just means it was freed from something even worse.
It didn't have this evil spirit vibe. It had this, like it was born again. His intentions were clearly devious, but it was like he was born anew before passing. And his sword hits the ground as he's like scratching his head. And he doesn't, even Treyas himself is baffled that he's experienced, he knows a lot, and he is devoted in his faith. And he knows that ghosts are on some level real, and even spirits ascend, and we all have souls. But he's never felt something like that. Somebody who was so evil that he sought after, who did evil, malicious acts, was truly reborn, although you guys sense the same intentions.
This entire time, Armos is facing away from him and just seething in frustration because he's wanted more answers and his hands are clutched as he's being very frustrated, not listening to a thing.
Drell slowly steps back away from Armos and like kind of grabs Menace and like brings him back with him.
Whoa, what are we doing? What?
I don't know. This guy, dude, we don't know anything about this guy now, dude.
Hey, almost. Reginald is like tapping on your shoulder. He's like checking to see if you're okay. He goes, what did you mean by girl? Said her?
I don't.
Like a girl?
I know. I don't know.
And then Menace is the next one to come up behind Armo's shoulder. Hey, buddy. You're cool now, right? You're not gonna... And I like wave the bag in front of him. You don't need this that bad, right? You're not gonna hurt me?
Yeah, no, I don't need that. Yeah,
That's also to add on to whatever you just experienced. That surge of power is now gone.
Ugh. Makes sense. No, Menace. I'm just trying to figure out what that was all about.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
3 of us for
And-
sure.
And defeated, and just look around, trying to assess the situation that, like, we need to probably get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, we can talk about this a bit more later as he tosses the bag back to Drell.
Yeah, Drell literally stares Armos like in the eyes and like puts the bag in my pants and puts it right next to my dick. And then just pats on it and then puts his shirt back down.
Oh, that bag does not leave my sight.
You're getting your pubes all over it now. Come on, man. That's just unsanitary.
Drell like rearranges himself to like just.
There are souls in that bag.
Yeah. And
Are the zombies like gone, by the way?
They're not okay. So the zombies aren't gone, but they are lifeless. They're not animated. They're just corpses now.
Okay.
Drell wants to spend the next 4 hours taking a short rest, searching every single body for gold.
While the city's on fire.
I'm just. Well, I mean, it's gonna burn. It's gonna go to waste anyways, right?
So there's like nothing going on now, but it smells horrific. Buildings are destroyed wherever the undead ogre went. There are some buildings collapsing. There are some buildings that just completely collapsed from them being on fire. It looks like the Notch took immense damage, as if it wasn't in bad shape already. And Atreus comes up to you, goes, "We should probably go meet at the camp."
Yeah, it sounds like a good
Yeah.
idea.
On the way, I kind of want to stop at the Perfect Tincturer and see if that security robot, is still protecting the place. And I want to see if it's like completely abandoned or not, because I'm definitely gonna rob this guy if it's not.
Okay. So
Before we go though, Menace does ask, "Hey, Atreus, you didn't happen to see our friends around in the knots, did you?"
he looks down and he looks back to you and he goes, "Unfortunately, I do not. My attentions were elsewhere. Although I can't say I wasn't keeping an eye out, I did not see them in all the carnage. It's possible they, hopefully, made an escape."
Guys, you don't have to come with me, but I'm gonna do a quick search by the the old spot and see if they're hanging out, or if maybe the worst happened.
Okay, cool, Menace. I'll see you later. No, I'm just joking. No.
I think we can make this maybe like a quick check or something. But
Yeah, I'll go with you. We can do a quick lap.
yeah. Thanks, Drew. Thanks.
Armos, why don't you, stay here and guard the bodies?
Yeah, I think I need to take a lap.
Some
you
Armos
what? So
time.
you're saying you want to come? Oh, okay.
No.
Drell looks at him and is like, eye with his eyes.
Hey, wherever that bag of soul shards goes, I go. I'm just kidding.
You see Reginald on top of a dead body. He goes, "You mind if I, take this?" And he's like holding another hand. And he's like trying to rip an arm off a zombie as he's trying to like eat it. I use it right.
As Drell and Minus start walking away, I run over. They hear me in the background, yelling at Reginald, like, at least cook the thing. And I run to go. I run to go stop him, but also to help him.
Like it al dente. You survey the knots and you go back to where the Thieves' Forge was, because you remember that just outside the Thieves' Forge, there was like a little encampment area they set up for everyone inside.
Right. Yes.
And you don't see anybody who's alive there. You do see the bodies that were left there from the fire. You see Jubes' body. Fortunately, Jubes' body was moved, and it looks like her body was collapsed about 30 to 40 feet from where she was laying down on the table. And it looks like she has more wounds. Given from the bloodstains on her and the way her face is resting, she was reanimated.
Right.
You looking for more signs? Go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
Can we both do one?
Yeah, all three of you roll me an investigation check.
Or Armors didn't come with
Armor's
us, I
in
thought.
here.
Yeah.
Both of
Yeah,
you roll an
yeah.
investigation check.
Yep. Oh, wow. That is a natural 20.
Yeah, I got a 9, so we'll go.
Holy
Misses.
shiza.
Minus, you're looking around, and by the body you see feathers near Jude's. Owl feathers. You don't see an owlin body anywhere. You don't see Leslie's body anywhere, but you do see feathers scattered on the floor. You see blood dripping from Jubes' mouth. You see a green headband on the floor. Same as the ones you guys wear. The ones that they gave you. But you don't find any bodies that look like any of the Shadow Smugglers.
Okay. Yeah, I think Minus takes the headband, puts it in his pocket. Kind of kneels down next to Jubes. And he puts a little drawing that he had actually made of like the Shadow Smugglers. Kind of just down with the body. Like, alright, Drill, let's, I don't know, let's get the fuck out of here, alright?
Did you like not want a barrier? You just kind of wanted to like walk away?
He looks around at the fire and the rubble that Juice is under. He's like, I don't know if we have time.
I mean, what? You're in a rush? I don't really get like. I mean, fuck. All right, fine, dude. I mean, you're over there talking about how sad you were she died, and you just want to walk away.
I just saw this like really sad moment, and like everything's up close, like real cinematic Hollywood. Everything's like super up close. He goes, "You're a good friend, Jubes," and then Jarrell just goes, "So you don't want a barrier?" And everything just zooms out into perspective, and our business is just like, I don't think we have time, and it's just like complete destruction around you.
But like, I mean, I guess I'm thinking like, where do we have to go? This whole city's fucking fucked anyways. Why not just spend 30 extra minutes just bury her in the ground? But hey, I mean, what do I know? She's only your
now
friend.
Minus is feeling peer pressured with all the
No,
fire
it's fine.
getting
It's fine.
closer.
Joe's already walking away from it.
Okay, the city is not. It's in better shape than it was maybe a half hour ago after everything, but it's like, yeah, maybe with a little TLC, the city could be saved. You know what I'm saying? You place this picture down by Jubes, and you take a moment to like remember her, and the sadness is met with an inner calming warmth, similar to when Armos was attacking you for the blood shards, where you felt this calming energy like just beyond him, like a sixth sense. You feel this calming warmth as you take a moment to remember those who have passed. Are you guys leaving the knots? What are you guys doing now?
Yeah, I mean, Drell's kind of just standing there. Like, I think he's just gonna walk away once Minus is ready.
Yeah, we definitely recoup and then walk past the perfect tincture before heading out.
Yes, 100%. Fuck Thumbus.
You walk into the red Spring District. And just like the Knots, the Red Spring District has considerable amount of damage. All the main stores around the town square, the big ones, the real money makers, have catastrophic damage. You go to the Perfect Tincture, and on the doorstep, there's like steps leading into the store, is a collapsed animated suit. Unanimated now. As you see the blue visor like sparking, like it's trying to activate, and just fades whenever something walks by. You walk into the store and the window is bursted in, the shelves are knocked over, everything within like the vicinity of the front door is like collapsed and broken, as you see some corpses inside the store. And at the reception area, you go over, maybe check out the register or see what's beyond there, and there is Gretchen, half eaten.
Damn. Well, I mean, I didn't really like her, but I mean, I didn't think she deserved this.
Yeah, I think Menace has no words at this point, as he's kind of like, his eyes have lost the gloss over them. Menace is kind of just ready to go at this point.
All right. Drell looks to see if he can grab any vials on the way out that look like they might still be.
Make me an investigation check as you like read the room. You're like, oh, maybe this is like wrong. And you're like, kind of like, yeah, maybe this isn't the right thing to do, but like you're kicking over like rubble to see if you can find anything. Go ahead and make me an investigation check.
That's an 18.
I'm going to roll a d10, and that's how much shit you find. You find, as you're walking out and following Menace and kind of making sure he doesn't see, or maybe Menace is just keeping to himself, you find 6 potions. They are all unlabeled. You have no idea what they do. Some look red, some look blue, some look yellow.
Cool. And like I guess Drell's state of mind right now is like obviously like he said earlier, like he didn't want that to happen to Gretchen. But I think he's really feeling this is ultimately Thumbus's fault. Like a lot of the stuff that's going on could have been avoided if he wasn't helping smuggle blood shards. Yeah, because I mean, I guess like his more like he's like trying to like be respectful and like of like everyone that passed away, but at the same time he's like, I'm probably gonna need these later the way this is going, and he's gonna like take them.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys leave the city and you leave through the western gate. A few moments pass and you guys walk about half a mile just outside the city walls. As you see some torches and some bonfires, and the closer you get, you start seeing some tents, and it's in a clearing, and there's makeshift barriers, and some of the Red Guard and Towns Guard have just come together to set up a safety parameter the best they can, as there are a large group of people there. There's a lot of people just checking on loved ones. You see some citizens crying as they've clearly lost family members, friends, perhaps the whole livelihood. There, you see guards handing out some water. You do see Ulrich. He is assisting some of the town's guard with their fortifications. You see Nalma there. Nalma is handing out bread and water to anyone who looks hungry, handing out some supplies. And you guys are looking for anyone else you may recognize. As you guys find a place to settle. Hey, look, there they are. There they are. Hugh, Baldy, and Leslie run over to you three.
Hugh! Oh my god, I thought you might be dead!
Oh, he's my best friend. And Hugh just gives you the biggest hug, and then Baldy jumps on top, and then Leslie tries to get on top of the dog pile, and they're just squeezing you. And you've never felt such a strong hug in your entire life. And they are genuinely relieved to see you safe. Like, oh god, Minis, please tell me everything's okay inside. Please tell me everything's okay inside. I know you weren't abandoned. I knew you weren't abandoned to see.
Well, I mean, it's not overrun with zombies anymore.
What happened in there? Baldy goes, yeah, what happened in there?
I don't. There's a lot that happened, guys. I mean, we can sit down and talk about the full details later, but City ain't looking good.
You looking at Leslie, and she shies away as she's holding her wing, and it's bandaged up. Leslie goes, we could leave out the details for now. And she's holding a wound where you see these gauze, they're just bleeding through. And it looks like she took a massive bite.
Yeah, I saw Jubes when I was in there. I can kind of guess what happened. Sorry you had to go through that, guys.
They all go quiet as they take like a moment. So the three of you are in this encampment. So as you guys like settle down and finally catch your breath, fighting these zombies, this ghost, an undead ogre, Groff, almost getting this information that makes no sense to him as he thought he got one step closer and took 3 steps back. Treyas makes his rounds and they are counting up the dead. Some more time passes. The sun begins to rise. You guys are resting and eating your rations, maybe having some bread and water, feeding yourselves. But none of you can really sleep just yet.
Yeah, well, I think we definitely, I don't know what you guys are thinking, but I think we definitely bring Treyas to see, what's his fucking face?
Thumbus?
Yeah, Thumbus.
Yeah, Drell looks for Thumbus for sure, because he was really worried about that guy squirreling away.
Thumbus is tied up in one of the larger tents that they have set up, and this is clearly like their temporary HQ. And you walk inside this massive tent, and there's a table, has a map on there. Looks like a bunch of people trying to plan on how to save the city, put out the fires. You see somebody else going through like a list of damages, and Treyas is talking to his own men, and you see Thumbus tied up in a chair, and he's still sneezing. He goes, Achoo. Can someone blow my goddamn nose? Oh, I swear. Achoo.
Drell acts like he doesn't see him, and he like turns around to look for him, and he like hits him with the flat side of his sheathed axe. Like, where's Thumbus?
Oh, and he has a massive cartoon bump that just sprouts out the top of his head. Well, watch where you're swinging that thing.
I'm sneezing here.
Yeah, I'm sneezing here.
All right, anyways.
What are you guys doing with Thumbus?
Well, we're telling Treyas everything that happened in the house.
So you catch Treyas up to speed. Are you telling him like everything from when you got to the city, or just the Groff fight?
Yeah, I guess
pretty much everything, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't feel like we have a reason not to just tell this guy everything.
It's like, hey, let's catch up. This is what went down in your fucking weird city.
Treyas looks at you, and you fill him in on Groff and that you've slain him. He saw that you've slain Yuri. He goes, you guys are sitting at a desk, and he's just gathering his thoughts. He's taking everything in. Treyas speaks up and goes, whoa. I want to say good job. I just wish we didn't get to this point. But, you know, once the dead started overrunning the city, these cultist members ran. They all bolted. It's like the undead attacked indiscriminately. But we saw once you destroyed the gem, they all fell, and they were clearly controlled by Yuri. Thumbus, he needs to be punished, but he was brought into this. Dude, I mean, he's a jerk, but he was brought into this in unforeseen circumstances. He didn't know any better. How could he? But judgment will come.
Yeah, I don't know what I would have done for my mom too, but wow, Thumbus, look around you, man.
The city has taken not only a serious blow to the families that lived within the city, but we unfortunately also lost its leadership. We don't have a mayor. The mayor didn't make it out of the city. Some time passes as you continue to talk to him, and some more plans get hashed out as morning turns into afternoon, and people start to move from the encampment and start to bring the city back, and you see a lot of the town's members start putting out the fires, and you see the people that are left alive who are able to help start helping the city of Dillmoor as a whole, and trying to get everyone home and trying to rebuild what they have. What are you guys doing?
So I guess Drell kind of looks at Menace, and he, kind of looks at Armos, and, for a split second, he's realizing, we just went through a lot of fucking shit over the past day, maybe even 2. And, I guess he looks at Armos and he says, hey, so, I'm not gonna, I know you got a lot of shit going on, and, I'm sure you got a lot on your mind, especially after what that thing was talking to you about. And, he kind of looks at Menace and he goes, and I know you guys got to talk about a lot of shit about what just happened, but I'm gonna let you know right now, I will do what I need to do in order to protect my friends. Because my friends won't attack, I don't attack my friends. So if you start attacking Menace, or if you start attacking anyone else that I think is close to me, then we're gonna have a problem, bro.
And Menace hugs Drell's leg.
But he does.
He's ever said to me.
But he does pull in Armos as well, and he goes, but that doesn't mean that we won't try to help you get through this. All right, we'll try to figure out whatever the fuck's going on and whoever the fuck you were trying to save. Because we'll do this together.
That you tried to kill me, Armos.
I don't know about that. All right, let's not bring it that close. But
he's just waterfalls up here.
Wow, what a powwow moment this is. If I had a heart, it'd be touched.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean we're not willing to help you, Armos, and try to help you get through this shit. But if you get to a point where there's no return, just know I'll do what I gotta do.
I appreciate that. Armos feels like a recovering drug addict. He just had a good intervention with all his best of pals. Treyas is still there, right?
After that conversation, yeah. So you're still in the room with Treyas, and Treyas is like, so apparently the three of you do know each other, and I was right when I first met you.
Yeah, good one. Nothing gets past you, Treyas. And he nudges at Armos and Menace. Sick, dude.
My faith has proven me correct again, and he's just off on his own.
Treyas, what do you know about Yuri? You seem to know who he was.
Yuri and Groff have been terrorizing this town from the inside out for some time, months. Little deviant plans here and there. So as we've discussed before, I knew some of the Red Guard members were not on the up and up. Some had some double agents, some of them were cultist members. But to get the upper hand on their plans and try to get a step ahead, I knew I needed to take them out from their leaders. Because if I just arrest a guard, they're just gonna make a new plan.
But the problem is that you had the supply all along. Yuri was right there, sitting right underneath your desk.
So here's the problem. We don't have a lot of information about these blood shards. Just a lot of it is still a mystery. Although I am allied with Lord Baron and his quest for knowledge about these, and for the greater cause of getting rid of them. I do know they cause chaos. They turn good men evil. They corrupt the righteous. Even Queen Aramor herself is right for getting these off the streets. We just think it should be done differently. And when Yuri and Groff came into town, we knew of their names, but we had no descriptions. Some of my best men relayed this information to me, and we worked in secret. A lot of the information came from Jubes herself.
Where did you find the perfect gem that caused all this? Because it had to have been from a crazy source, and you had to have known the power if you put a protective spell over it all.
One day, the guards came back from a call. There was word of an exchange of blood shards, and we had an anonymous tip. And when we went to go check on this deal, there was a big fight, a big brawl, and everyone scattered, and we made some arrests. We unfortunately slain those who resisted, and some of them got away. And in the midst was this gem. Some time has passed, and then we learned about Yuri. Soon after that, we learned about Graf, and they were the masterminds behind getting shards, and all these deals were going down. And well, once we had the main gem, the deal stopped happening, but there were attacks at night on the guild house, and it looks like they were trying to get this gem. So I put it in a protective rune, and that stopped these monsters from being summoned. But it was only a matter of time until somebody broke in to steal it. And well, that's when me and Droops came up with a plan to steal it ourselves and get it to Lord Baron.
Let me get this straight. So you're the leader of this guard.
Of the town of Dillmoor, yes.
And you have all of these bad red guards that killed all those people.
A handful of red guards, yes.
And the best way to get this gem out of the city was with a group of 5 misfits?
It was their method that was the best way. You have to understand, these shards, these gems are sought out by a number of people. Criminals, mercenaries, those who chase magic, those who just want to experiment, people with evil intentions. This has been proven to enhance their abilities.
Yeah, speaking of evildoers, you know, that Yuri guy, he could have left a lot of dangerous stuff in his house, right?
We did get word that he was hiding in an abandoned town just south of here, and, well, there are some rumors that there's dangerous beasts living in that town, and he might have been using that as, like, protection. Well, the job is done. The Vluges are taken care of, it sounds like, and well, we don't have an undead problem anymore. Now we just need to take care of our own, but a deal is a deal, and, well, are you still looking for passage by sea?
Well, we gotta take care of that sack over there, and Minas taps the bag on Drell.
Dude, that wasn't the bag.
Sorry, but we gotta take care of that thing and bring it to.
I think we'll take an IOU. Just give us like a IOU vouchers or something, and so we can use it when we're ready.
You have my word. When the time comes and you need passage by sea, you go ahead and you send us a rook, send us an owl, send us a letter. Well, gentlemen, there's things I need to attend to, but it looks like you have your own choice to make. I'll leave you 3 to it, and, well, if you need anything else, you let me know. But for the time being, once we get everything under control here at the camp and in the city, you are free to stay at the Red Guard Guild house and take rest for as long as you may need, until you are ready to travel again.
Joe gives him like a nod.
So we're going to do a bit of a time skip now. So you guys have taken refuge at the Red Guard Guild house. You are now staying there, and you're getting your bearings together. You take your rest.
All right, so I figure... so we all kind of like, you know, do what we do. I think Drell's, you know, he's pretty strong, so he's probably helping the city. You know, he's probably helping like move shit and like clearing rubble and all that stuff. And I think we all try to get together like at the end of the night, like around a fire, right?
Definitely. I think we've kind of found our own spot somewhere.
Like, I got a nice like stoop. And Drell's got a nice couch that he's laying on.
I've made Reginald a bed out of like twigs and feathers.
And then Minas has a nice ottoman that he likes to lay on.
Yeah.
So we're sitting there, fire's going, end of the night. We're talking about everything that's happened. And then the question comes up about what's our next step. And the room goes silent.
Yeah. Hey guys, I think we've done everything we can do here. There's so much left to do moving forward. I'm not sure where we should go next. What do you think?
Well, I think we definitely need to get these shards to the Sigil College. And I look at Armos. Because, I mean, if anyone's going to know what to do with this large... Because just walking around with this many blood shards is apparently extremely dangerous. And I don't think it's a good thing. And I think if anyone's going to know what to do with them, it would probably be Lord Baron.
I know what to do with them. And we can solve that problem right now.
No.
I give a devilish look.
Your book is not eating this bag of blood shards, almost.
The book is over the fireplace, just glaring at Drell.
Oh, I gotta be honest, Drell. I was really hoping you'd say that. I am dying to see Kemi Joe. Right,
okay.
Right, guys.
I actually hope he's not there, but yeah, I guess we can try to go and see him. Sure, that works.
All like good friends with Kemi
Yeah, you're
Joe,
friends
I
with them
thought.
for sure, 100%.
Yeah, I am.
Of
You're
course.
right.
Yeah.
And you and Armos?
So, anyways, what I'm thinking is, why don't we go ahead and make our way? I mean, Armos, what do you think? Are you cool with going up to the Sigil College?
Sid, you're gonna love Kemi Joe.
So, I feel like that's a pretty good, but at the same time, this Yuri person has a lot of things going on. And from what I was helping someone with rebuilding a well earlier today, and they said that there's another town that he may be in. And I feel like if he caused all this destruction, and I point to a hole up in the ceiling that's patched up with some just planks, then what's stopping him from doing it again?
All right, listen up, everybody. I know I want to go fight like three-headed beasts as well and train and get tougher. And there's stuff that we might want to take care of there, but I think we need to leave that to our new friends. I never thought I'd say friends, but new friends at the Red Guard Guild House. And first thing we definitely need to take care of is getting these shards somewhere safer than they've been.
Yeah.
When you said new friends and Redguard, I could see Reginald just like hacking up a furball.
No, he coughs up like a finger or two from eating that arm earlier.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't even want to eat this anymore. And he throws out like a decrepit hand from a few days ago.
It's like a ring that he's like, oh, how'd that get there?
So what do you say? So what do you say, guys? Should we maybe head to Lord Baron in the Sigil College?
Yeah, I think that might be the best choice, at least for now.
Look,
Cool.
wherever those blood shards go, I go. I mean, you guys, wherever you guys
do
go.
realize we're turning
Sweet
them
save.
in, right?
Sweet
Like
save.
you're
Sweet
no
save.
longer going to be with them.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, yeah, totally get it.
Joel grips his axe. No, I'm just fine. Okay.
Smooth like gravel almost.
Nailed it.
All right. Awesome. That's our plan. And by the way, hey, Reginald,
Yeah.
I kind of made you something. You know, I don't think we ever had a proper like get together and hang out. But listen, I want you to know you're a true part of the gang, and I don't want you to ever forget that. So I made you this. And he pulls out a patch he made from the green bandana that he took, since we all have green bandanas. He walks over to Reginald, and real quick, we've never kind of decided this, so I did want to decide this before I give this to Reginald, what our gang name was. I was thinking maybe it could be something simple like the Oddballs, or oh gosh, something maybe with Armos,
What? The band of Bloodshards? No?
What do we call
The
ourselves?
Bloodshard boys.
No, the BLOODSHARD bandits, dude.
Bloodshard
Yeah, the
bandits.
Bloodshard
oh my
bandits.
God.
So on this patch is written the Bloodshard Bandits, and then I think this is premeditated, and like we all take out our own bandanas, and Minus ties his to his like left arm, and his says Bloodshard Bandits, and you guys put him wherever you want to put him, and he like takes this diamond like shard looking patch and sews it into his bandana that he stole from the duck.
Reginald is holding the bandana in his hands and he's just looking straight down. You just see the top of his head. Yeah. This ugliest demon cry you ever heard in your life. And he looks up at you and he has these big bulging bunny eyes. He goes, "This means so much to me." And just a snot and drool and blood dripping from his eyes. And he just gives you like the biggest heartwarming hug. And when he finally lets go, there's just a ton of rabbit hair all over you.
That was really sweet, but then I cocked my head and gross at the same time.
So, gentlemen, the Bloodshard Bandits. Seems like the three of you have a goal and you want to head out to Cinders College.
No, we were lying when we said that. We actually want to go south.
Pulled the fast one on you. We're gonna go to the other town. We're heading south.
We're actually going to the Red City.
Actually, we're gonna go to the fucking crater. And I'm gonna. That's where I'd like to go.
Drill already
into that
went
one.
back into the forest and jumped through that portal, so you guys got fucked.
Yes, that's where we're going, Tony.
Bloodshard Bandits, which I shall call you now, and that is your
Forever.
group's name, forever and ever. A few days passed, and a few more days since that horrific night of the dead. After taking out the Vluge brothers, you three take a much-needed long rest at the Red Guard Guild House and settle into your own place. Over the next few days, the three of you restock on travel supplies and getting ready for your journey ahead.
Do I get a cart? Do I get a new cart?
You buy yourself a new cart, a brand spanking new cart. So you restock on any travel supplies, rations, and equipment you may need, spell components even.
Cup
And
of
the
water.
next morning, cup of water. The next morning,
Damn it,
the
Armos.
three of you wake up fully rested. You gather your things. You eat a mighty breakfast. Armos even gives one of his famous speeches.
Woo!
You approach the East Gate, and there you say your final goodbyes to your friends in Dillmoor. Leslie, Baldy, Hugh, Alma, and Ulrich. After your goodbyes, you begin to walk down the road out of the city and under the warm midsummer sun. As you travel, the bittersweet moment turns somber as you silently remember those who have fallen over the past few days. Jubes, Burnsfield, Gretchen. Even that poor guard you bullied in Upper District when you were trying to break into Thumbus' house. Yeah, he's dead.
Good.
All right. As you remember your fallen friends, you remember the questions and loose ends left behind, such as what happened to Bandibaris? What did Yuri mean when he said, "Girl, can you fix the lantern that the shadow smugglers gave you?" And lastly, maybe, just maybe, are the three of you over your heads with this quest? Bloodshard Bandits, this is where we will end this arc.
Is level 7.
And you guys are, yeah. You guys
It's
get your
level
level
7. Yeah,
6,
see, he
and
said yes,
after
level 7.
all that, after the days have passed, you do indeed gain that 7th level.
Oh, let's fucking
Sick.
go, dude.
Dude,
What?
skip the level, level 7.
Didn't even get to use level 6.
Yeah, bro.
Oh my god, I've been waiting for this moment. Fireball was awesome, but Flame Wall is
So,
amazing.
giving you guys, we could definitely talk about this in the after show, but giving you guys the option to, I wanted to give you the level 6 at a very key point in the story, only because I wanted to see what you would choose in a pressing situation, because you had to rest to get the level. But we can talk about that in the after show. Everybody, thank you for tuning into this session. Thank you for finishing out this arc. Episode 36, we'll be starting a fresh one. Guys.
I'm feeling great. I feel like we need to immediately start looking up how to make Reginald plushies because he is just bedazzled like crazy, and I want one.
Yes.
You made his.
I
was not expecting that. I think I cried a little bit. I think I shed a tear. I'm not gonna lie. Me personally.
With a little shard patch.
Yeah.
But yeah,
You weren't even thinking about it when I said I picked up that bandana, did you?
No, I was not. Was that on the fly, or did you think about that ahead of time?
The second you said the bandana was on the floor, it's like, I'm giving this to Reginald.
That's awesome. All right, yo, boyos. Listen, thank you for listening. Thanks for hanging out. Check out the links down below. And anybody got anything to say before we say goodbye?
We appreciate you guys hanging out through 2 arcs. It's been pretty awesome. It's been a lot of fun. Been a lot of, it's been a lot of combat episodes, but I think there's been a lot of like, drama-filled RP episodes as well, which is always really
got a nice balance of both. Not a lot of combat happened in the beginning of this arc, and then it quickly went to shit.
Sure did.
Yeah,
sure fucking did.
Guys, check out the links if you haven't checked out the links, and be sure to stay tuned for the Humbrea's Hero shoutouts. We love you. Thanks for watching. Well, thanks for listening. Thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
See you in Arc 3.
It's time to shout out our lovely Patreon supporters, starting with the Cichik College alumni. First up, we have Ulrich Shieldust, representing the 3 Ds: dangerous, dedicated, and dapper. When Ulrich forges a suit of armor, it's like watching couturier Luca Mosca himself tailor John Wick's suit. Practical and fashionable. Our newest college alumni is Alara Dawnstar. Do you hear that? No? That's because monks of the astral cranes of the Ivory Copper Mountains don't make sounds when they strike. Legends say, when Alara is done working out, the gym takes a break. They also say that Alara can do a push-up in a sit-up position. Oh, you feel that breeze? That's just Alara practicing her kicks 3 miles away. Moving on to Humbrea's Heroes. First up, we have Pascal Elliott, aka Charcoal Darts. She is the wild magic artist of DND404. She recently just started messing around with conceptual art, actually, and put a banana on a wall which sold to a gorilla for many rubles. Next up, we have Man with Glass with a 5-star wanted level, as it is confirmed that Man with Glass has been stealing all the alchemist beakers in Humbrea. His master plan is to crush the competition and seize a monopoly in the alchemy market. Do you know Artemis? Of course you do. Artemis is the best bouncer in all of Humbrea, who was just recently hired at a famous club in the city of Aramore, upholding its strict rules and dress code. His signature phrase when he's working is, no shirt, no shoes, then no kneecaps. Joshua Weaver, famous bag maker, had given me a gift. Recently, he weaved me a nice carpet. Unlucky for me, it was magical and now it won't stop talking to me. Luckily, one day, we did get into a fight and the rug left, claiming he was tired of being walked all over. Last is Alex Dredd. So badass, his theme song is just a bunch of gunshots firing into the wind. Fun fact, they like to work out legs 8 times a week. Favorite activity, boxing bugbears. And his favorite food is justice. Double portion. Thanks for listening, everybody. And if you want to be shouted out at the end of each episode, go ahead and click that Patreon link down below. And we'll see you next time. Bye!